Morning children. Today in general knowledge we shall be doing page number 11, which talks about the parts of the body, but not the human body but the animal body. So let us see what is there on page number 11. This page has two animals, children, that is a bird and a fish. We will look at each animal and see the different body parts. This is a bird and the eye has been labeled of the bird. Then we see a beak. The beak is the pointed jaw with which the birds pick up their food. Next is the leg of the bird, and on the legs you can see a claw. A claw is a pointed nail. Now behind they have a tail, like all animals have. Then the bird's body is covered with feathers, and the feathers are labeled. And last, the bird has a wing which is used to fly. Now let us look at the fish and the different parts of the fish. The fish has an eye which has been labeled. It has a mouth to eat. Then it has a gill. Now what is a gill? A gill is an internal organ which helps the fish to breathe under water. The internal organ which helps us human beings to breathe are the lungs, but the fish uses its gill to breathe. Then behind the body, as I said, they have a tail. Then on the body of the fish, there are those tiny bony plates. It looks like plastic. It's very thin, okay, which covers the skin of the fish. Those are called scales. And then there is a fin on top and below the fish body. Now what is the work of the fin? The work of the fish fin is to help the fish to swim in the correct direction. We will be doing the exercise given below these figures, but before that we will read what it tells us to do. Look at the pictures carefully. What similarities and differences do you see in them? Fill in the blanks in the diagram below. Now what we need to do is we need to find the similarities in the body parts, meaning to say which body parts are the same and which body parts are different. Now let us look at the body parts of the bird. The bird has an eye. Does the fish have an eye? Yes, it does. So we have circled the eye. So these two parts are similar. Rest. The bird has a tail. Does the fish have a tail? It does have a tail. So the tail is also similar. So the two similar body parts in the bird and the fish are the eye and the tail. The rest are not similar. We will solve the exercise given here, which talks about the different body parts. A bird eats with its beak, B-E-A-K. We'll fill in the blanks. A bird has dash that help it to fly. What does the bird has? It has wings, which the fish does not have. A bird is covered with dash. A bird is covered with feathers, F-E-A-T-H-E-R-S. But the fish is covered with a scale. A bird has a dash with dash to hop and hold things. A bird has legs with what? Claws. Claws are sharp nails, I told you. It's to hop and hold things. Now let us see what the fish has. A fish eats with its mouth, whereas the bird uses its beak to eat. A fish has dash that help it to swim. A fish has fins that help it to swim. A fish is covered with scales. Remember the tiny plastic-like flat structures on the body of the fish? Those are called scales, whereas the bird's body is covered with feathers. A fish has a dash to breathe. A fish has gills to breathe. So these are the differences. But what do they have? Alike means similarities. Both have eyes and a tail. That's all, children.